the people that need to read our newsletters know that we did an online contest about the most important product management person in 2013. And there was an online voting, right? So people could just type in the name. There was not a drop box or something, drop down box or something. It was the idea to type in the name. So we got names like Stephen Jobs, etc. Marty Kagan was actually on the list as well. And yeah, so we got one person who won, right? The idea behind is the following. We develop this community, and there are people out there who dedicated their entire life to product management. And then if you want to grow further with our profession, I think we should also honor the past. So people who really invested all their energy, all their lifetime to that profession. That's why we did that award. And now we have a limited prize. Where is it? It's here. It actually looks like a mountain. Okay, and the winner of 2013 is Stephen Haines of Zurich Learning. Quite good for us because you were a speaker anyway at the conference, so we didn't have to fly you over. So, Stephen, congratulations for the awards. And I guess we informed you yesterday evening, and I guess you have a few words you'd like to.
Thank you. To inform me this morning, I would have been crying all over the stage. So. I mean, it's really easy for me to talk about product management, but it's not so easy to talk about myself sometimes. So I have to actually prepare text, because I didn't know what I was going to say, so I have about a minute or so. So I was going to tell you a story, right? And I actually wrote it down because it seems to be what I do well. So I'll do that now. About 12 years ago, I was running a large product management group at Oracle. And after 5 years with Oracle and 20 or more years in product management, I thought that I was done. I thought the corporate world was over for me. My main challenge at Oracle was that they really didn't do product management the way I thought product management ought to be done. And because when something isn't embraced in a way that I feel passionately about, I have a guttural reaction. I just get pissed off. And that's probably one of my largest motivations. So I figured it was time for me to go start a business so that I could help senior executives and product managers to just do a better job. So let's say in my 3-room apartment in New York City, and I used my best friend's Wall Street address. So of course I now have 99 Wall Street, New York, a third floor walk up in New York City, and a nice impression. But I worked literally 90 plus hours a week for years. Now, when I wrote the original business plan for the company, if anybody said to me that you were going to be working 90 plus hours a week, I would say, maybe I'll just go back to my corporate life, but I didn't. So I'm going to fast forward 5 more years. So we're around someplace in the end of 2006. And I was on a plane coming back from a client engagement where I had done an organizational diagnostic project. And I was unhappy because I didn't have any faith that this company was going to implement the needed changes. Did you ever see that before? They just don't have the heart, they don't have the soul, and they don't have the persistence to be able to do that. And so I started to scribble some notes on a piece of paper. And one of the notes had to do with what doctors do. Because I was thinking, a product manager is a practitioner, a doctor is a practitioner. And I don't know in this part of the world, but in the US there is a book that doctors use called the Physician's Desk Reference. And the Physician's Desk Reference is a resource for pharmaceuticals and medications and all kinds of things like that. So I wrote on the piece of paper the Product Manager Desk Reference. And I went, oh, okay. And then I started to write. And then I wrote, and I wrote, and I wrote. For 2 years. And I never fancied myself an author. And I thought it really was, first of all, it was really cathartic. But the real challenge for me was to codify a body of knowledge for product management, because there really wasn't any. And I think that after, and to my knowledge,
there probably are close to 100,000 readers around the world, both through hard copy and through electronic copies of that book. And to me, that is incredibly powerful. So we think that would be it. Right? However, it's 2 years later, or 2 books later anyway, and I'm not done. So what I'd like to do is just conclude that we are a community of practice. We have a lot of work to do. And what I would like to do is continue my work with you, all right, on behalf of you, for you, all right? And I make a pledge and I make a promise. For the honor that you've conveyed upon me, I promise to not let you down and continue to support you to the end.
Thank you.